Hi, Colton. How are you?
Good, Scott. How you doing?
Good. I gotta say, before we jump into this show, I love Broadway and I loved you and Dear Evan Hansen. So there you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I feel like there's a natural jumping off point right from saying that because of the fact that that character obviously is dealing with social anxiety and depression and all that stuff. And here you are playing another character like that. My first initial jumping off point, though, is do you have any reservations when you sign on to a role like this where you're playing a real life person?
Hmm. I never done it before, so no. I mean, I imagine it's always going to be a case by case thing. It's more about what is the story trying to do. It's really more about like what is the story we're trying to tell. And I felt like this one has a lot of big questions that are very important to ask. So it was a no brainer. And specifically, as I got to know more about this very much real life person, Coco, I mean, I grew very close. I mean, I love him. And the more and more I've sort of loved him, I realized how little people really know, or worse, how much they think they already know because they know this one aspect, this specifically his ending. And that breaks my heart even still. And I just am really excited for people to actually see it. And for this real life person, it was a no brainer. It was such a call to arms.
So, kind of jumping off of that, and I completely agree with you. I think with a lot of these TV shows, is what they're doing is they're actually exploring things that we have not seen before, right? We hear a story pop up in the news and we kind of judge those characters right away, right? Those people, we're like, oh, that's a terrible human being, or oh, how sad for that person, but we don't really know them. So, I love that this story kind of gives you this, bird's eye view into their lives, and we get to learn them as people. So the follow up to that is, how much research do you have to do for a role like this?
Well, I would always do. I'm a bit of a homework kid, so I do a lot of research no matter what. But it's just different. I'd never done it like this, and you're a theater junkie, so when you're doing a play, usually the play exists in that 2 hour time. You only have those circumstances and you have to go back every night and replay those circumstances. So you have to fill in the rest. And there's no right or wrong. It's like, oh, well, this is why he drinks. This is why Willie Loman feels not enough, right? You have all these things you have to kind of make up. In this regard, there is almost like a study guide to the test. There is a real right and wrong. This thing happened, this did not. These people know about him and know this. This that you think is not true, which was freeing, but honestly, more it was humbling as a person. In many ways, it's a profound experience, but the affirmation it had in life, in just living life. As I got to know more and more about this person, every time I thought I had him pegged, some other idiosyncratic thing would come up. I'd hear about someone from his family saying, oh, well, it's funny, even though he was really organized and clean and focused on task, he also had this random sort of, this is true, a bit of like a fast-paced gambling, sort of like a rush to be like, hey, Pat's game's on, 20 bucks on it right now. What do you think? Those two things don't really make sense together. And that's reminded me so much of why life can't be captured. It gave a lot of freedom. It was like, I only have 8 hours to show as much as I can. But what I'm going to try to show is remind people that this boy is more than just the ending. He lived a very, very full life.
I think you absolutely nailed it. I wish I could talk to you some more. I had more questions, but they're telling me to wrap. But hey,
I'm sorry I talk so much.
No. Listen, I love the fact that you put thought into the answers. That's great. As some of these people, I'm not on this day, but there's been interviews where they just rush through it. I love the thought behind every answer. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And hey, best of luck. And I can't wait to see what you do next. I do feel this show might actually have some Emmy potential. I really do.
You're very kind. I hope so. Well, we'll see. Doesn't matter either way, but
nice. Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.